Hello and welcome to part 2 of the Gundam Battle Assault 2 Basic Guide for Burning Gundam. If you haven't seen part 1, please do so. The link will be in the description so it'll be easier to find. In part 1, we went over the move list, some basic combos, and the functionality of command dashes. Part 2, we're going to talk about just basic strategy, some go into more detail into his normals and specials. Before I get into it though, I want to talk a little bit more about his command dash. Part 1, I forgot something really important. He has invulnerable startup from command dash, and like a lot more than like a mega would, to the point where it can actually be used to dash through opponents' normals and then counter with a devastating level combo. And it's something that you really should learn if you're going to play this game at a high level with Burning Gundam, which is not a bad idea. He's one of the best characters in this game. I didn't exactly understand that when I first started playing, but as I got my hands on him and as I started playing as him more, I realized, he's got an extremely fast jab. He can hit confirm into a super, which will do a ton of damage, as I showed you in part 1. Burning Finger is an extremely safe special, despite it being a little bit slow. It's safe on block, and it's pretty abusable, annoyingly enough. Heat End is the best command grab in the game. Command grabs aren't that good in this game, but among the ones that are in this game, definitely friggin' Heat End is the best one, because it's just got weird properties that are really useful for racking up damage, especially after what would be a hard knockdown. Because usually when you deplete a bar, which you have free, by the way, if you deplete a bar, it causes a hard knockdown, you fall down, and then you get back up either by just getting up normally or by pressing R1 and dash jumping. However, when you deplete a bar with Heat End, and then you combo it into Seikyo Tenkyoken, you do a ton more damage to the second bar, which is usually you can't do that unless you happen to be playing as either RX-78 and happen to have just spamming the hammer, or if you're playing as Maxter and happen to be in the corner and spamming OTG machine gun punches. So the fact that he can do that off of Heat End, it's one of those weird property things, because after that happens, like, he doesn't fall down, he just stands back up. It's weird. It's just one of those weird things that I discovered when playing as Burning Gundam. He's got very fast jab, very fast normals, very decent range, very moves akin to Ryu from Street Fighter. You probably already can see, like, his jumping knee, which I didn't really use very much in this video, is akin and about as useful as the Shoryuken. I didn't really use it that much because the CPU isn't that hard enough for me to use it. Down jumping light kick is a very good approach that I use as Burning Gundam. It's not a stomp, it's more of like a foot dive, because when you do it, it's kind of like Tallgeese's foot dive or Rose's, where it changes the arc of your jump, but it's a very subtle forward motion. So, like, just be careful. Like, if you're like directly on top of your opponent, more often than not, you're gonna land behind them and not on them. If you time it just so and you manage to hit with it and they don't block, you can combo from it, which is awesome. Generally, you're gonna approach by, like, at a higher level, you're gonna approach by command dashing into them when they try to do like a normal or whatever, and then you just combo away. Burning Gundam is a very good character, and he's very easy to use. There was a couple cool things that I was able to do with him. He's one of those characters that he's not quite as fancy as like Death Scythe or some of the other characters that I played as in the past, but he definitely gets the job done. I don't really need to give you that much advice if you're gonna play Burning Gundam. He's not unlike Wing Zero. He's pretty versatile. I mean, you're not exactly gonna play it like a like a projectile war game like you could with Wing Gundam, but you can rush with him. You can be a little bit more methodical. You can trip up your opponent. You can use jumping knee as a wake up, punish. Just whatever you do, do not use it as unblockable. That's probably the best advice I can give you. His unblockable, slowest in the game, like I think bar none, and it's so very easy to punish. It's like it's kind of ridiculous. Another thing you got to watch out for that's not safe on block is his crouching heavy kick. It's a dash kick, and it's pretty useful, and it hits low, but it doesn't look like it hits low, so it can jump your opponent, but they're not going to fall for that every time. If you're good at doing combos and whatnot, I would suggest learning how to combo heat end from Burning Finger. Because like I know I was one of the people who said, "Oh no, it's impossible. It's just the tools listed." But like I did eventually learn how to do it, and it is possible. So if you could learn how to do that, it'd be very helpful. Because again, Burning Finger is very very safe on block, and if you do manage to hit it, comboing it comboing it into heat end, it'll just do a ton of damage, especially if they already have like half their health. Because then you can do a lot more damage to their next bar. Just like when you do that, it really only works if you, because there's a forward momentum when you use Burning Finger, and if you hit them from too far away, it won't connect. And in that instance, if you're going to combo it into anything, I would combo it into Technokin, I think. And that's about all I really have to say about Burning Gundam. He's pretty. I don't really need to give you any advice to play Burning Gundam. It's Ryu, basically. I mean, he's got other stuff that separates him from Ryu, obviously, but you know, he's the closest you're gonna get to a Shotokan character in Gundam Battle Soul 2. So that's roundabout all I have to say about Burning Gundam. The next video is going to be about Master Gundam, so stay tuned for that.